everybody, it's Carl here. So, I consider myself to be, I won't say amateur, I'll say wannabe filmmaker. I'm just a guy who got obsessed with movies a few years ago and had the brilliant idea to waste all of my money at college with the hope that one day I'll be able to make my own. And so far, I've gotten to make a couple of short films. Those were fun. I've gotten to make a documentary. That was fun. But obviously I haven't really done any big projects yet. I'm hoping one day. But I thought it would be interesting to just share with some of you guys just some things that I've learned, mostly the hard way, in making my own short films for any of you that might want to make your own short films. If you want to make a short film, one of the first things that you need to do is get something. It doesn't matter what, get something that you can set your camera on. Now this might seem really basic, but I never thought of that, and my first attempt at that documentary that I have up on my channel was terrible because I ended up trying to freehand most of it, and there's a reason that that version is not on my channel, because the entire thing was just the camera doing this the entire time, and oh, I'm trying to focus on this thing that I'm looking at. Doesn't that look really, really cool? And yeah, the client wasn't happy with that. He was not happy with that first cut for some reason. So definitely get a tripod, and I would also very much suggest, if you can, get a tripod dolly. You can get one on Amazon for like 15 to 20. Oh no, I have back. I think I got mine for 35 bucks, but they're cheap. So get yourself, if nothing else, a cheap tripod and a cheap tripod dolly. Then you have something that you can set your camera on, and you have something that you can use to move your camera nice and smooth without all of this that comes along with it. Second tip, extra batteries. I have currently 6 batteries for this camera, and I am still buying more. You cannot have enough batteries because you never know. One battery will die without using it. Maybe your battery will have a bad connection port. Maybe you forgot to charge one of your batteries. I have learned to charge every single battery I own, shove every single battery I own into my bag, and take it with me for a shoot, even if it's just an hour or so long shoot. And I would logically only need 1, maybe 2 batteries, because you don't know. And if you don't know, then you need to prepare for the worst, because the worst is always going to happen for some reason, and I hate it. Make sure you have interesting shots. I'll throw in a couple here of just what I think some of my best shots are, and I'll talk over them and kind of explain why I like them so much. But you need those interesting shots to, I think, hook your audience. If your shots are always just bland, one note, straightforward like this, if I made an entire movie shot like this, I'm guessing you wouldn't watch it for very long, because this is not a dynamic shot. This is a very boring shot. So you always want to make sure that you have a good shot. Obey the rule of thirds, obey quadrants if you can. Find general rules to stick to, and then bring your own style to it, so that people can say, oh, that's that person's shot. Or at the very least, even if it's not a recognizable shot, they can at least say, oh hey, that's a cool shot, I like that shot. Like this shot. This shot is just a simple shot of water coming out of a faucet, but this shot took me like 10 minutes to set up just because of how I did it, where I had to put a mirror under the faucet and set it up in such a perfect way that whenever it came down, it looked like it was coming down on the camera lens and not on the mirror. This is another one that I like, this shot of just me dressed up as a killer coming towards the camera. And what did I say about having extra batteries right there. According to my camera, that battery that I was using had over half charge, but for some reason it just decided to stop working and my camera died, and I potentially have lost all of my video footage. So there you go, there's an object lesson in why you make sure that you have as many batteries as possible. So with all that being said, those are all the best tips that I personally have from my very limited experience of directing short films. I would be very interested to know if you guys have anything that you'd like to add to that, or anything that, I don't know, that you think is terrible advice, because I'm obviously not the smartest at this. But yeah, that's about all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.